Hey guys, JCI Gaming here. Today I want to talk about something that isn't talked about here on YouTube too often. As you read in the title of the video, today I'm going to be talking about the music discs of Minecraft. For this video, I'm going to tell you about each disc in the game, explaining any backstory that they have, and telling you some interesting facts about them. There are a total of 13 music discs in the game, 2 being released in Alpha 1.0.14, 9 being released in Beta 1.9, 1 being released in 1.4.3, and the most recent one being added in 1.16. Keep in mind, none of these tracks were created by me. Most of them were created by C418, and one of them were created by Lena Rain. All rights go to them. With that being said, let's get right into the video. Music Disc 13 has to be one of the weirdest discs in the game, as it has a creepy and unsettling feel to it. The disc was one of the first discs in the game, being released in Alpha 1.0.14, and looks like a regular disc with a yellow circle in the middle. That's the strange part about it. It looks completely normal, but sounds way different than other discs. The disc starts off with what seems to be a bell ringing. At about 25 seconds in, you can hear water dripping in a cave. The bell slowly starts to ring at a lower pitch, and mainly stays the same for the rest of the video. Up until about a minute and 30 seconds in, where the audio just randomly cuts out. 11 seconds after the audio cuts out, you can hear a faint creeper hiss. The water dripping slowly comes back, and you can hear some sort of wind blowing. There's suddenly an explosion, then a splashing sound, and after that, the audio stays practically the same, bells ringing and more dripping sounds. It doesn't sound too scary when I talk about it, so here, take a listen. Pretty scary, eh? This disc is one of the only 2 discs that can be acquired in a dungeon. The rest, you'll have to get a skeleton to kill a creeper. Another interesting fact about this disc that not too many people know about is that this was originally going to be used as ambient sound. Some say that this disc has something to do with Music Disc 11, but I'll save that for later. Cat was released in Alpha 1.0.14, along with Music Disc 13. It looks like a regular music disc with a green circle in the middle. The disc is 3 minutes and 5 seconds long and consists of a somewhat bouncy melody at the start and eventually cuts to an 8-bit type beat. Cat is rarely found in dungeon chests and can also be acquired the traditional way. This one has to be one of my favorites, mainly because of the nostalgic value if I were to be honest. I'm going to talk about these 8 here, mainly because they don't have too much of a backstory behind them. There were 9 different music discs that were in Beta 1.9, including Blocks, Chirp, Far, Mall, Melhi, Stall, Strad, Ward, and Disc 11. I'll talk about Disc 11 after this, but for now I'm just going to talk about the main 8. None of these discs can be found in dungeon chests, and can only be acquired by skeleton killing creeper. I'm not going to talk about each of these discs individually, but I'll give facts about the notable ones. First up, Blocks. Blocks is the longest music disc in the game, with a length of 5 minutes and 45 seconds, and Melhi is the shortest of the actual music discs with a length of 1 minute and 36 seconds. I don't count Music Disc 11 as it isn't really music. If you listen closely in Chirp, you can hear a different version of Mall as background noise. Disc 11 is one of the more notable discs in the game due to its unsettling audio and strange design. It was added with the other 8 discs that were released in Beta 1.9, and is very similar to Disc 13. Unlike Disc 13 though, this is the only disc with a different base model than the other discs. Disc 11 goes like this. A person runs across stone while heavily breathing. The person pulls out some sort of tool, possibly flint and steel, as it sounds like they're rubbing 2 things together. The person suddenly starts coughing and eventually gets up. They start running while some strange music plays in the background, then the recording cuts out. This one isn't as long as Disc 13 as it's the shortest disc in the game, with a length of only 1 minute and 11 seconds. In my opinion, this one is worse than 13, but you can judge that for yourself. Take a look. There's a theory about this disc and Disc 13 that I want to talk about, because it's quite interesting. To make it short, in between Disc 13, there's cut in the audio, right? The theory is that Disc 11 happens in between Disc 13, which makes sense since the first half of Disc 13 is someone walking through a cave after getting shot by an arrow, and Disc 11 starts with someone doing something with flint and steel. Disc 11 then ends with the person running away from something, most likely a creeper, then cuts out. The second half of Disc 13 starts. The person is hit by a creeper explosion, falls into a pool of water, then climbs out, and walks away. Thanks to u/DirtPiper on Reddit for supplying me with this theory. Another little sub-theory is that Disc 11 could be scratched due to the explosion in Disc 13. Wait is a strange one. Not because it's scary or mysterious, but because of the fact that it was going to be added in Beta 1.9, but was unused for a while due to the spaces in its name. Now you're probably wondering, there's no spaces in its name, what are you talking about? Well, Wait was originally named Where Are We Now, and was added to the game in 1.4.3. Another interesting fact about this one is that it's a remix of the theme Minecraft by C418. Pigstep is an extremely unique music disc for many reasons. It is the most recent music disc added to the game, as it came out in 1.16 and is also the only disc that can be acquired in the Nether. It's the only music disc in the game that wasn't created by C418 and is instead composed by Lena Rain. There are a couple of smaller reasons it's unique, such as it having the fastest beat out of all music discs. It is the only disc in the game with its name capitalized, and it has a different color around the outside of the disc. In my opinion, I think Lena Rain did a great job with this one, as it sounds great and is extremely unique. Also, it sounds kinda like something out of the Terraria soundtrack at the start. Anyways guys, that's the end of this video. I worked hard on it, so let me know how I did in the comments. If you liked this video, be sure to leave a like, and if you didn't like it, feel free to dislike it. Also, don't forget to subscribe for more videos in the future. Later.